This King Earner coming to you live and direct here at the Honorable Black and Nobel, 1409 West Erie Avenue. Everybody tune in and follow the Honor Your Life campaign, and be sure to stop by Black and Nobel to get your honorable CMOS, honorable books, and just the love from the community, man. Today's topic is going to be me speaking on securing the bag. Everybody here, the rappers, people on the streets, the people that you see every day that might be in your home, all talking about leaving out of their home and going to get a bag. We got some that want the positive bag, we got some that want the negative bag. Overall, we're speaking of this bag. This bag that we're speaking of, I would suggest and advise the people to go after the most positive, halal, good, straight up and down bag. The reason why I would advise the people to go after this bag is because this bag is a bag that you can keep. Although you may feel as though I'm not trying to hear that right now, King Earner, because at the end of the day, I'm seeing these balls. They in Miami, they doing backflips, they got all the big chains, they got all the big cars, they got all the money. They're satisfied. But I'm going to tell you, just from being that type of person at a time, their souls aren't satisfied. Their minds are satisfied by the illusion of the money. Their minds are satisfied by the illusion of the power of saying that I have a whole lot and that I am somebody. So what we're getting an understanding of when it comes down to this is that what? Some individuals, whether it's positive or illegal, need that bag to be who they are. Those that have taken time out to work every day for this bag, the grandmothers, the aunts, the mothers, the ones with the small bag, they've been helping the guys with the big bags forever. I know. When I had the big bag and I went in jail, and I called myself, quote unquote, securing the bag, 6 months later, after half of the lawyer was paid, my grandmother had to help me with her bag for me to get a lawyer, for me to continue to eat. So when I look at the people and I talk to the people, I don't want the people to think that I'm pointing a finger and talking down on them. I'm giving y'all from experience that the illegal bag is a bag that disappears. It's like a Houdini trick. Just like that. It comes and it goes. There's no way around it. And I want for people to get an understanding that we have to begin to look for a better bag. Everybody's in search for the security of a bag. But most don't understand that in order to possess money, you have to have patience first. In order for this money to have any type of benefit for you in this world we live in this dunya. So my thing to the people is, if you got the bag, make sure the people that's struggling, that's going through it, can be able to say, I can help you with my bag when that big bag goes, because it disappears. Now, at a time, no one can ever speak to me in a way about anything positive or about any type of money because I ignored it. And some would say, what do you mean by that you ignored it? Well, when one would come to me and tell me, won't you put your money into this? Or won't you put your money into that? Or won't you do this? Or won't you do that? I would ignore it. Because why? I felt like I had the biggest bag. And sometimes you can look in that bag, and when you look in there, you'll feel like, I'll never be broke. But I'm going to tell you that what happens is your standards begin to get higher. The bills get to be higher. So now you have to maintain a $50,000 a month home, this mansion. You have to maintain this Bentley that you got off of a car lot or a salvage title. You have to maintain that. You have to get the maintenance. When something goes wrong in that vehicle, oh, you should see the big time guys. Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. And my insurance ain't paying for me. The Bentley shop told me they wanted $200 for a light. Well, hold up for a second. If you got the bag, Gotta get the money up. That's what bag getters do. Nah, but I'm telling you that some of them are running around here escaping the repo man with the bag. Some of them aren't answering their doors when their landlord come to knock, and they got the bag. How you got the bag, but you ain't maintaining the bag like you're supposed to? The bag has grown, but the understanding and intelligence of responsibility has not. Because what? We are individuals that I will call was weak in that area. Some would say, well, why are you calling people weak? I was weak also. If you sell drugs, if you do anything to get illegal money, it's a sign of weakness, because this land was put here for us to survive off of it easily. So we're actually forcing it. We're going too hard for the bag. We're going too hard to impress the people. We're going too hard to have people be able to accept us, when the only person you should be able to look to and get some type of acceptance from is your family. Other than that, there's no need to impress anybody. And I gotta intervene that over and over to the youngest, because what we have in the land that we have now is people are impressed by only one thing, and that's paper. And that paper was created to cause confusion amongst us. No, that's not true. It wasn't created for us to cause confusion. We cause the confusion because we want big things, especially our people. Look them up. All you got to do is look up the guys that had all the money. They had all the millions and billions of dollars. Dudes like Michael Jackson, Tupac Shakur. A lot of these brothers died with no money. They had only what we would call assets. A house here that's in foreclosure, that the kids got to figure out how to do some type of bring out an old mixtape or something of this star so everybody can support it and they can get back on their feet. Afeni Shakur, she had the bag, but she died with the bag that her son secured. You see, he made sure that he secured the bag for her, but the people didn't take it and look at it like that. They looked at Tupac as what? A guy that was a revolutionary, that was a racist, and he wasn't racist. A lot of people he dealt with was white. What winds up happening is it actually gets to a point where you become blinded. You see, a lot of people don't understand that in religion, period, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, right? I gotta say these three because they're the God-fearing, they're the God-fearing religions of the world. So if you go to these God-fearing religions, you're gonna find out that the prophets of these, they didn't want the bag. Most of them pushed the bag. The good ones, because there was no bad ones, but the ones that was like stronger with their faith pushed the bag away. There was only one who was given a bag, and they said, what? This bag he was given, no one can ever come close to that bag. And that was who? Suleiman, who was also Solomon in the Bible. And the biggest bag. But yet, he went to Allah. He went to God when he died. That's the biggest reward. That's the bag. Mm-hmm. So the bag that we searching for, it ain't in our communities, man. But it's in us. You have to go out and get the bag. You have to search for the bag. And the bag has to come from the good. It can't come from the bad. I had to keep reiterating that because people are going to mistake certain things and know what they're going to begin to do. They're going to begin to think that this bag is based off of how you should live. This bag is something that's needed when a bag is something that you want. Everybody get that check every week or every 2 weeks. Everybody had that account that shows them that they got money to pay their bills. But still, we're so greedy, I said we, that we want more of the bag. How many people can honestly say that they earned respect life more than the people that was before them, like their grandmother, their mothers, and their fathers? You can't say that because I can remember growing up and getting the extras of everything. If I wanted Jordans, I got it. If I wanted Nike Airs, I got it. And these people never had that bag. But they understood life. They understood responsibility. And that's what it's about. It's about understanding responsibility. Now, we got a thing where it's though for the last, I can say about the last 20 years, from 1992 I can remember when the first t-shirt I ever bought. It was a friend of mine by the name of Aaron Pendleton. He got murdered by another friend of mine. And it's not me telling enough, and the guy's convicted in jail. So, this is not a guy that, something happened and the other guy is still in the land. Giving you an understanding of something. My friend was killed based off of jealousy. The jealousy that was possessed was based off of a bag that had to do with stolen vehicles. Because they were selling the vehicles. Steal them, you sell them. They get a bag. They both start disliking one another based off of that bag. But the shirt I'm speaking of that I had to put together that said "Rest in Peace, Lord Aaron," and I have it on my arm, it took me to a place where back then I felt like I kind of could feel the vibe of this was going to go on now. And the shirts. But no one never dug that it took so long for Aaron to get buried. It took so long for Tom Clark to get buried. Why? And these guys were the guys that had the big money. The bag was an act. It was an illusion. It disappeared. Soon as most drug dealers die, there's a fish fry right behind it. Which is telling me that everybody has the bag, but they really ain't got it secured. If they had it secured, guess what? Their grandmother and everybody in the community wouldn't have to throw a fish fry in order to bury them. Huh? Because at the end of the day, if you got the bag, don't nobody got to bury you. You're going to bury yourself, the money that you have. So what I want to give to the community, and I want everybody to understand, is that we have to start taking some precautions with our life. We have to start being more into really what we say. I don't care what side you want at this point, because it's starting to affect the people that struggled all their life for their bag. It's starting to affect the children that their father may have gave them the money from the drugs all the time and gave them the beautiful things, but when their father died, they didn't have no money to bury him. It's confusing to the children because they begin to say, if I had all this, if my dad had the bag, why he couldn't bury himself? I'm going to tell you that life insurance don't cost you nothing. And I don't sell it, but it's a million of them that do. And I'm going to tell you this, that majority of the bag getters would never go and get life insurance. But you'll see them and they say they care about their children. How many times we just said we cared about our children, but just skipped and went to Vegas, and children need food. Children need company. Children need love. But we take time out to please the world based off of what we have going on social media. Everybody has to have the bag. I'm here to tell you that King Earner don't have the bag. I would love to have the bag. My mindset, who I am, my flesh, would love a big bag of money right here to give out to everybody in this crowd. That's the type of guy I was. I was the Joey Molino type. Give out everything that I got, the turkeys and all that, to please the people. But I didn't really care about these people. If I did, I would have gave them the money with some type of instruction. And that instruction would have been, secure the bag. Go get you some life insurance. Some going to say, well, I have a business. My business don't make a lot of money. There are insurances that offer you what I would call 401ks for small businesses. 401k for small businesses. This means that if a person has a job, he gets a 401k. He gets paid. Every time he gets paid, something comes out of his check for his life, for his children, for his, whatever the case may be, for his health insurance, everything. It's coming out of this check. That's a bag being created. That's giving you something for your family. They have now that for insurance for small businesses. So for all the guys who say, damn, I want to leave my child back something, I don't have anything, I'm telling you right now that you're able to do it now. You go get you that EIN number with that business license, and you present it, and you begin to do things. Right? I don't give a damn if you're selling coconut juice. Sell it to get some money to put up and get the big bag. It's not about impressing people trying to get this bag, because I found out since 1985 that impressing people caused me my whole life. Whereas though I'm not able to be like little brothers like him, I didn't have the opportunity for somebody to sit me down and say to me, this is a way of living, being independent. You have to do this, that, and this in order to keep your bag secure. See, you miss it, people miss it and think we don't need money. We don't need it, we want it. But in different aspects, the money is needed. You need money to live. You need money to provide. You need money to have a wife. You need money to have a vehicle. Got to get gas. You need money to have a house. Got to keep the lights on. You need money to do everything, but you don't need money to impress people. You don't need money to get girls. You don't need money to get anything that got to do with this life we live in. You just need money to survive and live for your food and your family. Everybody that's screaming the bag, I want everybody that got the biggest bag to take whatever out of their bag and give what the Honor Your Life campaign is giving. We don't want nothing in return. We got Alvera, who is Grindheart V on Instagram. This young lady came into this campaign and done more for this campaign than the streets can ever think about doing. And guess what I gave more to than anything? The streets. Where is the streets? My grandfather used to tell me where the streets was at. You know what that's at? The streets is outside of Black and Nobel, and it's going to be there to a law feel as though you don't want it to be there no more. So that same streets you're trying to impress, them same people, it's no never mind. You should be impressing your Lord. You can't impress that. How can you impress anybody? You can't even impress your home. How can you? And I'm saying this because this is the lifestyle that I once lived. I impressed everybody, and I lost everything to impressing people. Some people, they look at me and they say, well, King Erner, he sits in front of the people and he talks. Is he just talking, or is he walking his talk? I'm going to tell you that every talk is a struggle, because you have to consistently do it. And we understand that with consistency sometimes comes the word perfect. And we cannot be perfect. But for the youngins that's sitting out there that just ran through his last bundle and he dead popped, and he really don't want to go back out there to risk his life, I'm going to tell him that if I was him, I would do something bigger. Go ahead and get a job. Go down to the union. Go online. Fill out these applications, man. Because at the end of the day, it's about a consistent check, man. It's about consistent. That money ain't going nowhere. And guess what? If you work for an individual, you're going to get paid. If you work for yourself, you're going to work harder to get paid. But a lot don't have the strength to work harder. And I know why they don't. That's why I don't look bad at people you see that say, oh man, I'm about to go ahead and I'm about to do a movie. Or I'm about to do this. They're trying. But it ain't coming fast enough for them. The patience ain't there. So what happens is they get impatient. And because I've been impatient at a time, I understand, I know. But I'm telling everybody that you don't have to do it. You really can be something. All the youngers, I'm going to say this to all the youngers out there. When I was selling drugs one year, I came home from prison. I had a whole bunch of money. You can't tell me nothing, man. This was about, I said this was early 2000, 99 or something like that. And, you know, I couldn't tell me nothing, man, but I lost so much money impressing everybody. I lost so much money by thinking that I could never be broke. My ignorance. I counted 40 grand and said, woo, I'll never be broke. I don't even want to sell drugs no more. Anybody tell you? I was just pulling up on niggas giving drugs out. Here, you want it? Here, take care. Take this, take this, take this. You know, them people never benefited. They be able to help me. But I understand why. The bag I was giving them had no direction, and it was not of good. When I give the bag, I have to give it with instructions if I get it again. Once I get that bag again, I got to do it right. I got to make sure that I look out for the people and make sure they looked out for me. I got to make sure that I search out the people that may have not looked out for me. They may need me to look out for them again. Because at the end of the day, what winds up happening is people get into a thing where as though life controls them. We can't let life control us anymore. We can't let money control us anymore. We can't let these things. It gotta be something of good, something from God, something from the law. It has to be, because you can't, the bag is like here, it goes like that, and next thing you know, you're chasing another bag. I know, I chased it all over again. And the guys of my pedigree, the dudes that's somewhere sitting like me, like, man, I ain't with that no more. They're embarrassed because they impress the streets with so much negativity that they feel like they're going to be a fraud if they get up here and say, I need to be corrected, that I was wrong, because the bag that I was getting from the streets gave me no benefit. So I'm sitting here tonight to tell everybody, don't go for the illusion. Every day is a struggle for me. Believe me, but I'm used to nice things. But that illusion gets me, and I start to think, I refuse to be tricked. Don't be tricked by society and everything that has to go with it. Don't be tricked by the people that's behind it. Because they have a scale over their eyes and their heart, whereas though they'll never be able to understand until Allah put it in their minds and their hearts to understand. Y'all got to get where I'm coming from. Okay. A Christian doesn't become a Christian unless what? He begins to do what? Believe in what happens that's coming from the biblical form. A Muslim doesn't become a Muslim until what? He believes in what Allah said in his Quran along with what his prophet brought. How many times you've seen in these religions and these historical facts of people that was told, I'm warning you, don't do this. I'm warning you, and they seen it. And majority of them said, you know what, I ain't trying to hear that. Don't blame them, because it's not them. They can't see it. They will never be able to get seen unless they make sure they see it. Everybody can get into the thing of, oh, whatever, it's not real, it's all controllers, and all this, that, and the third. I'm going to tell you, I can give you some facts that it's not a lie. But I can speak on my book, I can speak on the Quran, and tell you some facts. Because the science is spoke on. Said the mountains do what? What does the mountains do? Keep the world together. Keep the world together. When it comes down to the salt and the water, when it comes to get together, don't even touch. Because that's the strength of the power of who? Of one. Bottom line, we're going to all continue to fail if we don't somehow come away from the negativity and follow what God planned for us to do. He didn't plan for none of us to chase these bags, but he did plan for us to secure them. This is why in our religions after the fact, what happens? You begin to know who's next in place to receive the things that you had gathered up from this bag of home. Sons, wife, children, these are the people that's lined up for this bag. So I'm telling everybody, community worldwide, and I ain't putting no cut on it, and I'm telling the drug dealers, everybody, this is like one of them things that I'm saying like is something that I'm calling dudes out on. You got the bag? Please secure it by getting you some life insurance. Because the bag you chasing can cause for you to do what? Get killed. Or killed. And guess what? People miss the fact that life insurance can still help a person that may have life in jail. You get a certain amount of years with the life insurance, and you can begin to borrow from it. Come on, I'm broke, I'm dead. That can help a person in jail. Because he can say, you know what? I'm never coming home again. They're going to box me up and ship me out anyway. Make sure I have an Islamic funeral. Most of the Muslims anyway. Their funerals don't cost anything. Boom. And that life insurance money, give it to my family then. Let them go ahead and live well off of it. And hopefully that you taught them to secure the bag. If you didn't teach them to secure the bag, you are of the losers, because your family is what holds it down when you're gone. Whether it's jail, hell, or bail. Whatever the case may be, remember them 3 words. Jail, hell, or bail. Although we know, once you're dead, you ain't going to hell, you're going to be there. But the torment, the pain that you're going to go from chasing that bag ain't going nowhere. A temporary joint that's going to put you down for a while. Long period of time, you know what I mean? And he has the last answers to that. But I'm challenging y'all, man. I'm challenging the youngins. I'm challenging all the money getters, man. I'm challenging y'all that we don't have no more grandmothers and aunts and sisters and people throwing these fish fries, man. We don't have no more dudes in jail and life forever sitting and can't get home. Knowing he rectified his sins at the 20 is 15 years. You want to help him? Go down there and put some money on his lawyer. You want to help your children? Go down there right now. If they're 17, 18, get them an EIN number. You might can get it for them as a child and help start their corporation go off now. Start them off young. You got bonds, you got big money, go get some bonds, invest in some, put them in the bank for your child so your daughter won't have to need no man when she get older. She don't got to worry about that college degree. She don't got to strip. And I don't knock the strippers. You know why I don't knock the strippers? Some of these drug dealers are being taken care of by these strippers. Huh? Some of these drug dealers are being taken care of by these strippers. Yeah, because you know what goes on? They come through, they drop the big money on them. They're smacking butts, they're doing all that nonsense, right? What ends up happening is, they done spent too much money on them. They done spent too much at buying the bar out. So now they don't got no bread, and they're like, you know what? Shorty ain't too bad looking. I might as well just go ahead and deal with her so I can get this bag. And that's what these brothers is doing out here. No lie, I'm telling you. They're going to the strippers to get money. They're begging the strippers for money. And the strippers are in control. Some of them have business that's bigger than drug dealer business. Gotta respect they earn, because it's like, y'all got that illusional bag. So for the strippers, I want you strippers, since y'all, you know, I just gave y'all the honor in reference to y'all earning and knowing how to do what y'all do. But when y'all gonna put y'all money up and help make sure y'all take care of y'all kids? Because most of y'all at the club all night dancing while somebody else taking care of the kids. And guess what? The bag ain't that big because they don't want to pay no damn body. They want to, I so-and-so and all of them to watch them. How when the bag big? But you can buy weed for this dude who want to sit in your house all day with his dirty socks, running around back and forth in your refrigerator, ain't got a coin for you or your kids. Ain't teaching them a damn thing. Ain't sitting them down and going over none of the homework. Huh? Some of these kids can't even pronounce their names right, man. And we talking about a bag. Some of these kids running up and down the street with their nose running. And we talking about a bag. But everybody has the bag. You'll go in some of these people's homes and you'll look up and you'll say, damn, got a brand new Benz outside of a home, never paid for it. Got a brand new trailer and a boat somewhere, and no got a house in it. Where's the honor in that? There is none. So I'm telling everybody again, everybody, in order for you to be a part of this Honor Your Life campaign, you have to do what me and Grind Hard V and Latoya have been doing this whole time. And that's giving back to the community. Back. With nothing in it, you know, or something. no taxes, none of that. Give it and watch. The law give it back 20 times more. So, bag getters, follow the Honor Your Life campaign, because I'm for y'all, not against y'all. I just want y'all to come away from that bag and let's help get a big, huge bag. The real bag. The one we can keep where the government can't take it back. Y'all need to respect certain things. It's like a drug dealer or it's like a robber on the streets going around robbing people. If he come back every month and you ain't got that money, he want to kill him. Same thing with the government. They might not kill you, but they'll put you in a place that'll kill you, all because you don't have no taxes.
We heard one side. Try to give them the other side. Phil. This ain't a diss to nobody that rant, but I'm tired of hearing about all the bodies and crack, or how you was flipping pies, or telling how you ride, but you never wanna tell them how you was getting robbed, or when you get booked and the judge playing God, give you life in the box, when you live, then you die. Never wanna tell them about single parent moms who strip to survive, still struggling and strive. Never wanna tell them how felons need jobs. First tell them about the telling, when you tell them about the mob. Tell them about the bids, how kids need pops. Tell them about the downside when you tell them about the block.